Alright, so today we're going to be doing a test of the Cornerstone Performance closed box cold air intake versus the JLT and the Legmaker cold air intakes. And up first we've got our cold air intake. It's a beast, it sounds great, and I can't wait for you guys to hear this. So let's take a listen as we jump in. Alright, so a couple things to notice right up front. The temperature never really exceeded that 132 mark. It sounded incredible. The whole point of what we did there was to reduce the heat as well as increasing the air intake. And it's working out to a perfection. By the way, that handsome guy there, that's me. I'll let you decide which of the two guys are the most handsome. And I'll just claim to be that one. And so that's our intake, that's the sound, that's the performance. Up next, we are going to start installing our Legmaker intake, and we're going to be going through and testing. We will just say that ours is the best. We want to actually be able to prove it, and so we went ahead and installed this one next, got it ready to go, got it set up for the Dyno test, and we let it rip. Take a look here because you're going to be pretty surprised. Is definitely hotter than the 132 that ours ran. If we just look at just numbers, that's where it's at. And then we lastly wanted to set up and run the JLT cold air intake. We know that this is the most popular one on the market right now, so we wanted to test it out. But then something terrible happened. It was the worst thing because performance pages in our car stopped working, and so you can actually enjoy this awkward moment that we had trying to get going. The cooling test didn't really work out for us, but the dyno test here that we show you at the end will show where the real difference is at from our intake versus the JLT. At the end of the day, we installed the stock just to kind of get a feel for where the baseline is at, and at the end of everything, we were really impressed with our numbers against the numbers of the Legmaker and the JLT intake performances. And so right off the bat here, what we'll do is we'll show you first just the stock and what it was performing at. So you see stock, we're getting 624 horsepower along with 623 wheel torque, and that's where we're at starting with the stock. Next we move into our intake, and on our intake we were able to pull a 666 wheel power with a 653 wheel torque, and that's a huge increase, almost of 40 up on that, a little more than 40, and that's a great performance from there. Then we look at the Legmaker, which came in at 648 for wheel power, only 646 on torque, and quite a bit of a drop off there, and already a higher performance. And then where we ended at is against the JLT, which it was a 665, so ours outperformed them on power, a 648 on torque. Ours also performed them there, and so at the end of the day, you'll see here is a comparison of the three. Ours, the JLT, and the Legmaker intakes. Ours has a higher torque, ours has a higher power, ours costs less than both of theirs, ours keep your car running in a cooler rate, and ultimately we think that it's going to help your car perform better. There's been quite a few people who have already made the decision, but ultimately we want to let you make the decision. We believe that this is the best intake on the market. We believe this is the best intake on the planet, and we cannot wait for you to hear the louder sound and experience a better performance. Try it out today.